Today on our 2017 Ram 3500, we're going to be taking a look at the BAKFlip G2 Hard Tonneau cover, part number BAK 26203. So here's our tonneau cover fully installed. It's going to give it a nice stylish look, and it's going to be completely versatile. We're going to keep our truck bed and our cargo nice and protected against the elements. Now with our tailgate locked, we're going to have a completely secure cargo area because we don't have any handles or latches for our tonneau cover on the outside. Now we have 4 sections of our tonneau cover, and each panel is going to be a 1/2 inch thick aluminum, and they added an insulated core to add strength, and then it has a nice gloss black finish that's going to be UV resistant. Now the design of this tonneau cover, it's going to mount inside of our rails, giving it a nice low profile design, which is going to help reduce wind noise and drag and possibly improve your fuel economy. Now because it does mount inside of our rails, it's going to free up all of our space on our side rails here, and it's going to be compatible with any raised rails or any stake pocket accessories. Now one of the nice features of this tonneau cover, it has auto latching panels, so every time we fold them down, it's going to automatically latch. Now the way we're going to release our panels is there's going to be a pull cord right here, and if we pull on that cord, it'll release our panel and we can fold it up. If I continue to fold my cover up, you can see there's going to be a pull cord on either side, so we're going to be able to unlatch our panels from either side of the truck. Another nice feature, if we come to the front here, each side's equipped with a prop rod so that we can fold our cover up and we still have full access to our full bed, and we don't have to worry about it falling on top of us. Now our tonneau cover features a no-drill design. It's going to use clamps, so we're going to mount our rails right to the underside of our bed rails using this clamp. Our tonneau cover also comes with integrated buckles, which is going to be nice for when we have it folded up and we want to drive and have full access to our bed. We simply buckle it up towards the bulkhead of our truck, and we can take up any slack, and now we don't have to worry about our cover unfolding and coming undone. When we're ready to put our tonneau cover back down, we can simply unbuckle it from the bulkhead, and they have a nice storage spot where we can put our clip back into place. That way we don't have to worry about our straps flopping around. Now that we've gone over some of these features, let's go and show you how we got it installed. To begin our installation, we're going to need to prep our truck, and we're going to have to sand down and clean this section right here. Now if you have a drop-in liner, you're not going to need to use the provided weather stripping. But since we have a spray-in bed liner, I'm going to lightly sand and just scuff up the surface, and then come back and clean and apply my weather stripping. I'm going to be using 60 grit sandpaper. Now you can use pretty much anything, you just want to lightly scuff up the surface so the weather stripping has something to adhere to. I'm going to come back and clean this with a little bit of alcohol and make sure it's dry before I apply my weather stripping. Now if we start at one end of our weather stripping and we peel back the protective coating and take a piece of it, we can line it up on the bulkhead of our bed. And I'm just going to start peeling back the backing while I'm keeping it in the general area of where I want it to go, and then pushing down as I go along. And if you have any excess, you can just cut off the excess on the end. Now we're going to take our rails and we're going to get ready to put them in place. Now we're going to make sure that the weather stripping is going towards the outside of our truck. We're going to slide it so it's sitting right on top of our side rail, and then if you look up towards the front of our cab here, we're going to want to make sure this silver piece with this slot in it is as far forward towards the cab as we can get it. Now there's 6 clamps that are provided in our kit. There's not an exact way to put them. What I like to do is from the front of our bulkhead right here, move about 4 to 6 inches back, and then the same thing on the rear, and then just find a nice middle ground to put the middle clamp. Now underneath our bed cap here, you can see where our rail is right here, and the back side of our bed cap. Now our clamp is going to go around our bed cap and around our rail here. And once we have it in the general spot we're going to put it, I'm going to start tightening it down. I'm going to be using a 9/16 socket to tighten it down. Now once we have it snug to where we know our rail isn't going to come down or our clamp isn't going to fall, we're going to apply downward pressure on the rail itself, making sure it's sitting nice and flush. So here's the rear. I'm just going to put my clamp right about here. You may need to loosen your clamps up to get them seated firmly in place. Now that we have our 3 clamps on our driver's side, we're going to repeat the same process on the passenger side. Now our kit does come with prop rods for our tonneau cover. If you pay attention over here, on one end we're going to have a hole, and on the other end is just going to be the end of the rod here. So we're going to line up our hole with this knob towards the front of our truck. We're just going to push it on. We'll lock into place like that, and then we can take our rod and rotate it up, and we'll have a spot to put it right there so it's nice and secure. Now our kit does come with 2 prop rods, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now when you pull your tonneau cover out of the box, you're going to see it's going to have 2 different sides. Now we're looking for the side that has the knobs and this track right here. When we go to put our tonneau cover in place, we're going to want to put this towards the front with this facing down. Now if you give me a few minutes, I'm going to get this in place, just sitting on the truck, and I'll show you how we get it in there. Now when we put our tonneau cover down, we're going to want to make sure that our weather stripping is on the outside. Now we don't want to come all the way forward, because once we have it in this position, we're going to fold one section back. There's going to be a small section here with several holes in it. We're going to get that lined up with our bulkhead on our truck bed. That way we can make sure it's square up front and it latches in the back on our tailgate. Now we can check to make sure everything's square. Weather stripping on each side is sitting evenly. Now that we have our tonneau cover in the position we want it, we're going to start folding it up, making more room so we can bolt everything down. If we come up to the bulkhead of our tonneau cover up here, we're going to notice 2 small holes. Now underneath, we're going to have our weather stripping. What these holes are going to be for is our clamp here. So once we mount our clamp, we can then attach our tonneau cover and lock it back. Now the way we're going to mount these is from underneath. We're going to take these inserts, we're going to push them up through the 2 holes on the bottom of our cover here, just like that. Then we're going to take our clip, we're going to put it over our holes and come back with Phillip head screws and tighten them down. Now you want to be careful not to over tighten them because our clip is plastic and it doesn't need a whole lot of tension, just enough to keep it snug. Now each side is equipped with one of these clips, so we're going to go ahead and do the other side as well. There's another larger hole towards the front of our bulkhead here. Now we're going to take the supplied plug right here, and we're going to leave a rubber washer on there, and we're going to push it through, making sure that it goes through the aluminum clamp underneath. Now if we come underneath where our stem is coming through here, we're going to follow that up with another rubber washer, followed by a metal flat washer, followed by a lock washer, and then finally our turn knob. Now we want to be careful when we're tightening our turn knob. We don't want to go and over tighten it, just enough so that it's nice and snug and it holds our cover down. Now that we have this one on, we're going to repeat the same process on the other side. Our kit also comes with 3 rubber bumpers, and I'm going to very carefully lower my tonneau cover towards the back glass, keeping in mind where it's coming in contact, and then I'm going to put my rubber bumper onto my tonneau cover in the spots that I need. So we're going to remove the protective coating off the back. I'm going to apply it right to the metal frame on my tonneau cover. And we can double check and make sure that nothing else is contacting our vehicle. Now the kit does come with 3 strips, but we're only going to need 2 because it's only making contact right here on our window. Now tonneau cover also features a gutter system, so they gave us a couple hoses. There's going to be a knob, a post right back here. So I'm going to take my hose and I'm going to feed it down this factory hole here. Take the open end and I'm going to connect it to the gutter system right here. Now they do provide you with 2, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now with everything in place and tightened up, we can close our tailgate. And we're ready to hit the road. And that'll finish up our look at the BAKFlip G2 Hard Tonneau cover, part number BAK 26203 on our 2017 Ram 3500.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.